Okay, hi everybody. Peace and blessings to you all. Um, so I've decided to start posting things onto YouTube as regularly as I can, and I say as regularly as I can because I'm probably the least consistent, least disciplined person to ever walk the third planet from the sun, but I'll try my best. Okay. Um, and I think the content I'm going to post is kind of what we have right here. It's basically just gameplay that I've captured from my computer, and then I'm just going to talk over it. This is probably the absolute lowest form of cinema and just content in general. Um, but I kind of enjoy it, and I have some opinions to get out there into the world, and making like a legitimate YouTube video with like scenes and a script and pulling images to match what I'm talking about, it just is too daunting of a task for my uh, beyond lazy self. And so this is the content I'll be shoving down y'all's throats. Um, the gameplay here is from Total War 2 or Total War Rome 2, the sequel. And here I'm defending uh, against some pretty crazy numbers. I believe I'm outnumbered 2-1. Um, I'm defending this little town right here with a ragtag group. I mean, not too ragtag, but um, you know, definitely severely outnumbered. Um, but we were able to hold. Um, I'm going to need to speed the gameplay up so that it matches the length of my rambling. So like the total gameplay is I think like 24 minutes long. And let's say I talk for 8 minutes, then I'll speed the gameplay up 3 times so that perfectly matches the commentary. And so yeah, I'm basically gonna ramble on because I don't expect anybody really to listen to this until, of course, I blow up one day and my YouTube becomes very successful, and then everybody goes back to like my first video ever posted like this, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, wow, so cool! Oh, I'm such a big fan." Um, if you are doing that, thank you so much. Appreciate you. And if you are listening right now at the very beginning, appreciate you even more. You're most likely a very close friend or family member of mine, and you know that I appreciate you oh so much. Um, and so yeah, I mean, I'm basically going to you know, I guess you might call it a vlog, where I'm just like rambling off random thoughts. And so I'll just start listing some of the things that I have been thinking about recently. The main thing, of course, not my life, not my personal relationships, literally nothing to do with my actual everyday life, my family, or my friends. The first thing on my mind is obviously Israel, Palestine. Um, and I guess Israel as a whole. I wanted to make a video about my thoughts on that place, but once again, the idea of scripting and like putting the Wikipedia pages like onto the video and like talking about it and like making an actual like legitimate scripted video is something that I just can't do. I've tried doing that in the past with my Seventh Seal movie review. Um, and that was, eh, it's charming. I liked it, but it definitely didn't come out quite the way that I would have absolutely adored it to. Um, so yeah, maybe I'll do a recap or a re-review of some movies that I like in this style, because I can definitely ramble. There's no doubt about that. And so yeah, I mean like that topic of the nation with the Star of David as its flag. Uh, is definitely on my mind. I also want to make a video about some of my thoughts about the history of the NBA, maybe some top 30 all-time player rankings. For that one, I'll definitely use the new 2K as the gameplay background. Um, And I guess, like, what else is there that I have to talk about besides basketball and the Middle Eastern politics? Oh, I've been learning a lot about Roman history recently, through this game and YouTube, and that shit is so fucking cool. Um, but maybe that's another video. And I'm sure I have other stuff in my brain too. I might just have to shake my head a little bit to get the thoughts out, or dust off the cobwebs, because I am literally such a ChatGPT monkey nowadays. It's actually not even funny. I do not have the ability to think anymore. Any type of conflict, I'm just immediately begging ChatGPT to fix it. Like, I had to figure out how to get the gameplay file from my computer onto my laptop so I can make the video in iMovie. And like, I was basically like a thumb sucking idiot the entire time. Like, absolutely no idea how to even begin. I can't even do a Google search anymore. I must say to ChatGPT, please, please help me. Like, tell me exactly how to do it. Like in baby talk, literally be like, okay, Michael, here's how we start. You blah 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 blah. But I guess at least I can read. Apparently, uh, the current generation is the first generation to ever be stupider than the last one, and literacy rates are declining. Um, so, blessings and curses, pros and cons, silver linings, catch 22s, all that. Um, and yeah, I suppose I'll wrap up pretty soon. Uh, just trying to think if there's anything else in my life that I want to talk about. Um, yeah, well, maybe I'll post every day or something like that. Um, oh, I wanted to say that before this, I was streaming, but I didn't like streaming too much because I don't like gaming and talking. Like, I don't like commentating as I'm gaming because, I like to focus on my gaming. Like, you're going to see this right here, this gameplay. This is just, pretty close to a damn masterpiece. Um, it could have been a little bit better, a little bit cleaner. Um, but at the end of the day, we did hold the city, outnumbered 2-1 with very few. Half my army is basically just levy slingers. And for those of you who don't know what a levy is basically, it's not professional soldiers. Basically, somebody you just pulled out of a town is like, here, like you have to help fight. Um, and the slinger is basically what David uses in David versus Goliath. It's like a slingshot, but it's actually much more deadly. You kind of spin the sling around in a circle with a rock inside of it, and the angular momentum builds up. And when you finally let it loose, the rock can come out like 100 miles an hour, and that's how David was able to kill Goliath. And actually, almost half my army is made up out of these guys. Obviously, the downside to this type of unit, for lack of a better word, is that if somebody gets close to you with an actual weapon, like a sword or something, you're cooked because, you know, once you're close range with a sling, it's basically worthless. So I assume that, you know, once these guys get into close range, they're basically breaking out their grandpappy's, rusty sword and trying to defend themselves with no armor. So the thing with the slingers is you have to make sure they basically never, ever, ever actually get into a close range fight, and you have to make sure they stay away. The rest of my army, we have some hoplites, which are spearmen with a big shield. They're really nice defensive units. For these, if you've seen the movie 300, uh, that's what you can imagine a hoplite is. They're basically the big shield, big spear, and they can defend really well. And then I have some swordsmen who are better at attacking. I guess they're more universal because they can defend as well. But because you don't want to attack the spearmen, your swordsmen kind of wind up being attacking units. And I didn't have any cavalry besides my general is a heavy cavalry. Cavalry is somebody on a horse. And I had one other cavalry unit, but they're severely damaged from a previous encounter we had on the campaign. And the cavalry you basically want to use to like shock people, like, and you want to make sure you hit them from behind, like, uh, you want to charge into them when we're not expecting it, and that can instill a lot of fear in your opponent, and that makes them break or rout. is the proper word we use. And I say we as if I'm a commander. I guess I technically am because I'm fucking nice with it in this game. But anyway, um, in the game, you'll see when a unit is getting routed, the banner above their uh, like the banner they're holding will start to flash white, and when it turns completely white, they're going to drop their. They're basically just going to run away, and you can't command them anymore. And so, you basically will just want to rout your opponent. You don't have to kill everybody. You just have to make sure they're too scared to fight, and that's where the cavalry comes in. I actually used that a couple times, in my opinion, pretty well, where an enemy unit was beginning to get a little nervous. And then I use what limited cavalry I have to charge at them. And that's, if you weren't going to stop fighting before, that's the thing that's really going to make you stop because nobody wants to get, trampled to death by a horse and then stabbed while they're on the ground. That's just not good. Well, anyway, I just glazed myself quite a bit. I hope you guys glaze me as well because once again, this really is. I mean, I don't know if there's anybody who can come up with a plan like this. Sticking the spearmen at the main entry points, having the swordsmen be able to flank around, having the slingers make a little kill box towards the end. Really good stuff. Using the cavalry to clean up. Um, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. Um, look forward to more content. Um, and yeah, I hope you guys have a great period of time from now until we meet again. Thank you and goodbye.